Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. It's Wednesday, new release day here on the channel. We've got another Inside Out Records or Inside Out Music / Sony Music release for you. It's the 8th studio album from the great Polish band Riverside ID.Entity. Totally looks like a artwork that should be on a Riverside album cover, right? Of course it does. All right, there's the back. Let's pop this bad boy open. Like I said, it's their 8th release. It's their first since 2018. It follows up Wasteland from 2018, so it's been close to 5 years there. Here we go. As I mentioned before, the artwork fully looks like a Riverside album. Most of the artwork on their releases has a similar look and feel. Okay. We have in the band today, 2023, Mariusz Duda, of course, the leader of the band, on lead vocals, bass, electric and acoustic guitars. You got Piotr Koseratsky on drums, Michael Lapage on keyboards and synthesizers, electric piano, Fender Rhodes, and Hammond organ, and Maciej Meller on electric guitars, produced by Mr. Duda himself. Okay, and got some additional things here and there by a few other people, but that's the basis for the band at this point in time. So, what does this album sound like since it's been just about 5 years? I was looking forward to hearing this. I'm a big fan of this band. They have overcome some tragedy, lost their longtime guitar player a number of years back, and have just been trying to kind of like get back into the swing of things. And as with the Wasteland album, this is also very like emotionally charged set of songs on here. I find that most of the Riverside catalog has this kind of like Evergrey. There's this melodicness and this just heavy emotion that's tied to all their music, and I think you get quite a lot of that here. As always, Mariusz's voice is as fragile sounding as always, and I mean that in a good way. He's very unique. His vocals always sound like he's on the verge of just totally breaking down, right, with emotion. But that's like the calling card of the band, right? Back in their early days, he had a little bit more of an aggressive tone. He doesn't really do that anymore. And now his very kind of poignant vocal style really fits with the music. And you get a lot of different stuff on this record. I know there have been people, the record just came out, or it's coming out, right? I'm not exactly sure when the release date of this is, if it's happened yet or not. Let's see. January 20th, yes, so it did just come out. Of course, I got my copy early, right? But some folks are like, oh, it's taking a little getting used to. There's some different things on there. I'm like, to me, I don't think it's all that much more different than previous Riverside albums. As far as like them kind of doing what they do best. You have your mix of kind of space here, atmospheric, melodic, and emotional type songs, as well as some of the more aggressive stuff. Now, maybe the aggressive stuff on this album is a little riffier, right? There's some banging stuff on this album. It kicks off with Friends or Foe, and all the songs are fairly lengthy-ish, Friends or Foe is 7.5 minutes long, and that starts off really kind of a lot of synthesizers, very poppy. It's almost like, wow, where are they going with this, before like the arrangements really start to kick in. Gets a little heavier right about the midway point, but it's like a tale of two cities in one song on that one. But it's a really good track though, Friend or Foe. Then you got Landmine Blast, which is pretty cool. Good prog rocker, right? Like that one quite a bit. Big Tech Brother is also 7 minutes and change. That's got some killer riffage going on. There's some of the riffs on this album, and a few of the songs are kind of take them back into prog-metal territory, which they've dabbled in quite a bit in their career on many of their albums, but they don't always like stay their hand in that for too long. But Big Tech Brother, the lyrics on this album too are very telling. I wasn't like reading along with them, but I was, and again, I'm not much of a lyric guy, but I was listening to these songs, and because he's so, he's high in the mix as always, and you can understand everything that he's singing, and it just stuck out some of the words that were coming out, and it has a lot to do with a lot of the things going on in the world today. that if you follow like humanity in general and trends and things, right, you pick up stuff here, big tech brother, all you need to do is hear the title of that song and you know what that's all about, right? Post-Truth is the next one, another one. Okay, The Place Where I Belong is 13 minutes and change. That takes you through some twists and turns, but what most importantly, even though I really like the aggressive stuff on The Place Where I Belong, it's got some really cool proggy moments. It's the more tender sections of this epic that really stuck out to me as just like, I'm listening to this and his just heart is just pouring out into the vocal, into the verses, and man, it just pulls you right in. You're like, what a performance, so good. And then I'm Done With You and Self-Aware are the last two tracks, and those again are pretty upbeat, a little more aggressive. I'm Done With You's got kind of like a scathing lyric to it. Self-Aware also really good. A lot of great guitar work on the album. There's plenty of keys and synthesizers, right? I love when the Hammond organ comes into play on a couple tracks. Vocals are really good. I really like this a lot. Again, just had it a couple days, a few listens in, and this is quite good. If there are people out there questioning this particular one, I honestly don't know why, because I think it hit me right away. It's not often with a Riverside album that I kind of get it all on the first couple listens, because most of their music is pretty dense and pretty intricate and lots of different layers, and it usually takes a little while for it all to sink in. I would say, like, I kind of picked up on this right off the bat. Which again, it's not like accessible really, like overly accessible at all. But I think there's just some really great riffs on here. The emotion is here, the atmosphere is here, and it just, to me, it just, as always with Riverside, it just sounds like music that came from their soul, right? And it hit me right away. So there you have it. ID.Entity from Riverside, great band from Poland, their 8th album. Go check it out if you haven't already, and let us know what you think down in the comments below. And visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave, very important. And if you care to investigate our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, that link is below, as well as the link to our merch page. So thanks for watching, everybody. You might get one more of these from me today. Otherwise, wait till next Wednesday for more new releases here on the channel. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.